Welcome back to Brand Institute of Forensics and Security. We are today conducting a security management course, strategic management, and lesson number 7, which is lesson number 9, which is strategy formulation. So, what is strategy formulation? We have spoken at length about strategy. We have spoken at length about how strategy is used to achieve organizational mission and objectives and goals. And now we want to see a strategy formulation. Under strategy formulation, we are going to start by looking at an introduction and reminding ourselves about strategy. And strategy provides answers to questions like how to enhance the firm's long-term business opposition and how to make organizations' missions a reality. How to make an organization mission a reality. We said earlier, all organizations have a mission. All organizations have objectives. All organizations have goals. And to make these goals realistic, to make these goals come true, then they employ different types of strategies. So today we are going to look at our strategy formulation, and we are going to say a strategy may be framed at different levels. A strategy may be framed at different levels. There is the corporate strategy, which is a strategy needed for the company as a whole. Corporate strategy, which is a strategy needed for the company as a whole. And then we have business strategy, which is needed for each business of the company. Business strategy, which is needed for each business of the company. And then we have functional strategy, which is needed for each functional unit of the organization. Each functional unit of the organization. And we looked at these functional units. We said there is a sales and marketing functional unit. There is a finance functional unit. There is the human resource functional unit. There is the operations functional unit. So those are some of the functional units that need functional strategies. So strategy can be framed at 3 levels: corporate strategy, business strategy, and functional strategy. Strategy alternatives revolve around the issue of whether or not to pursue or change the existing business so as to improve the efficiency of the firm. Strategy alternatives revolve around issues of whether or not to pursue or change the existing business so as to improve the efficiency of the firm. On the basis of above explanation, there are different types of strategies, and this is what we are going to look at length. We are going to look at intensification strategy. We are going to look at integrative strategies. We are going to look at diversification strategies, and we are going to look at restructuring, retrenchment strategies. Restructuring or retrenchment strategies. Restructuring or retrenchment strategies, we are going to look at this in lesson 10. In lesson 10, we are going to look at detail because it is a very lengthy topic. Restructuring and retrenchment strategies, we are going to look at them and in lesson 10. Let's look at intensification strategy. What does this mean? This strategy formulation involves market penetration, market development, product development, and innovation. Intensification strategies involve market penetration, market development, product development, and innovation. These are sometimes referred to as intensive strategies because they require intense efforts if a firm's competitive position with existing product is to improve. So they need intense efforts if a firm's competitive position with the existing product is to improve. So market penetration, market development, product development, and innovation. Let us look at market penetration. A market penetration strategy seeks to increase market share for present products or services in present market through greater marketing effort. So through greater marketing efforts, then we gain market penetration. This strategy is widely used alone and in combination with other strategies. Market penetration includes increasing the number of salespersons, increasing advertising expenditure, offering extensive sales production items, or increasing publicity effort. You already know how organizations penetrate the market, what efforts they make to penetrate the market. Advertising is one of them. Marketing is one of them. This is how they penetrate the market to showcase their products, to showcase their services, so that they may gain a larger percentage of the share market. And then the following guidelines indicate where market penetration may be effective strategy. When current markets are not are saturated with a particular product or services, there are gaps. There are gaps of particular products or services in the market. Then market penetration may be very indicative. When the usage rate of present customers could be increased significantly, when the market shares of major competitions have been declining, while total industry sales have been increasing, when the correlation between dollar sales and market expenditure historically has been high, when increased economies of scale provide major competitive advantages. Those are some of the guidelines that indicate where market penetration may be an effective strategy in strategy formulation. So this is some of the guidelines where market penetration may be effective. Let's look at market development. Market development involves introducing present products or services into new geographical areas. This is also self-explanatory. Introducing present products or services into new geographical areas involves market development. And the following guidelines, 6 guidelines, show how this may be achieved or how this may be an effective strategy. When new channels of distributions are available that are reliable, inexpensive, and of good quality. When an organization is very successful at what it does, then it may continue to do what we call market development. When new, untapped, or unsaturated market exist, when an organization has the needed capital and human resources to manage expanded operations, when an organization has excess production capacity, when an organization's basic industry is rapidly becoming global in scope. Those are some of the guidelines that lead to market development or show the effectiveness of market development as a strategy. So when those guidelines exist, then the organization or the firm may put a lot of effort into market development. And then also we say product development, product itself. Product development is a strategy that seeks increased sales by improving or modifying present products or services. Product development usually entails large research and development expenditures. Product development usually entails large research and development expenditures. Large research and development expenditures in order to develop new products, to go into innovation, to come up with new services. It needs a lot of research and development expenditures. And the guidelines that indicate when product development may be effective strategy to pursue are listed below. When an organization has successful products that are in the maturity stage of the product life cycle. When an organization competes in an industry that is characterized by rapid technological developments. When major competitors offer better quality product at comparable prices. When an organization competes in a high growth industry. And when an organization has especially strong research and development capabilities. Those are some of the areas that indicate that product development may be an effective strategy. When those guidelines exist, then product development may be an effective strategy to pursue when an organization competes in a high growth industry. You know, when an organization is competing in a high growth industry, it has to focus on product development a lot so that it is moving with time in order to gain a major part of the market share. We are discussing a strategy formulation. We have talked of intensification strategies. Now let's talk of number 2, integration strategies. Integration strategy. Integration strategy. Integration means combining activities related to present activity of a firm, such as a combination may be done on the basis of value chain. A value chain is a set of interlinked activities performed by an organization, right from procurement of basic raw materials to the marketing of finished products to the ultimate consumers, so a firm may move up or down the value chain to concentrate more comprehensively on the consumers groups and needs that is already serving. Integration means combining activities related to present activity of a firm, such as a combination may be done on the basis of a value chain combination. So when we still look at this in detail, we say integration is an expansion strategy as it involves widening of business definition of a firm. It is also a subset of diversification strategy as it involves undertaking certain activities or business which the firm was not dealing in earlier. So it is related to also expansion, coming up with new businesses that the company was not dealing on in earlier, or combining two sets of activities together. For example, Brand Institute of Forensics and Security, we may say that we have been training on security management, and then we have been training on information security as separate subjects. So we want to integrate our objectives to our training so that we may achieve a certain level of advancement, or we can tap into the market more. So we combine security management, we fix it together with this information security. So we say security stroke information management, so that we see if we can gain an added advantages over other institutes that train the same modules that we train. So it is also a subset of diversification strategy as it involves undertaking certain activities or businesses which the firm was not dealing in earlier. The integration strategy can be of two types: vertical integration and horizontal integration. So just note that integration strategy can be of two types: vertical integration or horizontal integration. Vertical integration is when an organization starts making new products that serve its own needs. Vertical integration takes place. That is when vertical integration takes place. In other words, any new activity undertaken with the purpose of either supplying inputs such as raw materials or serving a consumer for output, such as marketing of firm's product, is vertical integration. Vertical could be of two types: backward and forward integration. So just take note that there is a vertical integration which can be backward and forward integration, and then there is a horizontal integration. Let's look at horizontal integration. But before we do that, let's look at backward integration. Means retreating to the source of raw material. Forward integration moves the organizations ahead, taking it nearer the ultimate consumer. Generally, when the firm integrate vertically, they do so in a complete manner, i.e., they move backwards or forward decisively, resulting in a full integration. So when firms integrate vertically, they do so in a complete manner, i.e., they move backward or forward decisively, resulting in a full integration. Despite the hype about outsourcing and vertical integration, there are strategies that have limitations. They increase costs of coordinating integration over multiple stages of value chain. Technological obsolescence due to relying on absolute manufacturers, and then increased mobility and exit barriers, and then tight coupling to poor performing business units owing to dependency, and then lack of information and feedback from suppliers and distributors. So integration has its own limitations as listed above. I'll give you 1 minute maybe to note something. Well, let's now look at horizontal integration. We say there are two types of integration, vertical and horizontal. Horizontal is when an organization takes up the same type of products at the same level of production or marketing process. It is said to follow a strategy of horizontal integration, e.g., a luggage company taking over its rival luggage company is horizontal integration. A horizontal integration strategy results in bigger size with concomitant benefit of a stronger competitive position in the industry. It may be frequently added with a view to expand geographically, buying a competitor's business to increase the market share or to benefit from economies of scale. So that is horizontal integration. When an organizational uh, take up the same type of products at the same level of production or marketing process, e.g., when a luggage company taking over its rival luggage company is called horizontal integration. Yet it does not take the organization beyond its existing business definition. It still remains in the same industry, serving the same markets and customers through its existing products by the means of the same technologies. Horizontal integration is quite similar to merge and acquisition, since there are one of the means for integrating horizontally. So when you talk about mergers, when we talk about acquisition, these are similar to horizontal integrations since they are a means for integrating horizontally. Takeovers of smaller banks in order to consolidate and attain a bigger size is also a part of horizontal integration. Takeover of smaller banks in order to consolidate and attain a bigger size. There are many obvious benefits of adopting horizontal integration. Look, benefits of adopting horizontal integration. One, economics of scale. Horizontal integration in variety leads to a lower cost structure by spreading over the fixed cost of operations over a large base product. Thereby reducing the per unit cost, resulting in economics of scale, economics of scope. When horizontal integration results in two or more organizations using the same resources base to produce a variety of products in the product range offered, it results in economics of scope. May I ask you to do some little research on these terms and understand them? What is economics of scale? What is the economics of scope? This is due to better utilization of assets. Check on those terms. Then we also say increase market power. Bigger size of operations enable the organization adopting uh, horizontal integration to exercise increased market over suppliers and customers. Reduction in industry rivalry after horizontal integration. These are fewer competition left in the industry, thereby reducing the intensity of industry rivalry. That is one other advantage of benefit of horizontal integration. We have looked over integration. We have looked at, we started with the strategy formulation, and the strategy formulation we have discussed integration, and now we discuss diversification strategies. We started with intensification, then we have spoken of integration. Now we talk about diversification strategies. Diversification strategy is one of type of internal growth strategy. It involves entry into new products, and a new diversification can be defined as entry of a firm into new product or product lines, new services, or new markets involving substantially different skills, technology, and knowledge. When an established firm introduces a new product which has little or no affinity with its present product line and which may be meant for a new class of customers different from the firm's existing customers groups, the process is known as conglomerate diversification. Somebody can read for me that word. Conglomerate diversification. Sorry. E.g., a book publisher going into carpet manufacturing, moving completely from the type of business you are doing now, completely new, different, is what we call diversification strategy. For example, we are in the security and management training. We are a training institute. We are a training and development institute. And then we change strategy completely to selling books or manufacturing uniforms. That is what we call diversification. Diversification. There are two types of diversification, concentric or related. And that term is really difficult for me to read. I'm sorry about that. When an organization takes up an activity in such a manner that it is related to existing business definition of one or more of a firm's business, either in terms of customer groups, customer functions, or alternative technologies, it is concentric diversification. The relatedness is to be seen in terms of three dimensions. If the new business is in any way related to the original business, in terms of the customer groups served, customer function performed, or alternative technologies employed, then it is related to concentric diversification. Concentric diversification has three types. One, marketing related concentric diversification. Marketing related concentric diversification. A similar type of product is offered with the help of unrelated technology, e.g., a company in the sewing machine business diversified into kitchenware and household appliances, which are sold a chain of retail stores by family consumers. The market relatedness here is in terms of the common distribution channel by serving sewing machines, kitchenware, and household appliances. Technology related concentric diversification. A new type of product is offered with the help of related technology, e.g., a leasing firm offering high purchase services to institutional customers. Also, start new consumer financing for purchase of durables to individual customers. The technology relatedness in terms of the procedure of the financing service to institutional and individual customers. Then we have marketing and technology related concentric diversification, a similar type of product or services provided with the help of related technology, e.g., a synthetic water tank manufacturer makes other synthetic items such as prefabric doors and windows for residential and commercial establishment, sold through its hardware supplier networks. The market relatedness here is in new terms of the common distribution channel for water tanks are prefabricated doors and windows, while the technology relatedness is in the common technology of plastic processing and engineering required for marketing these products. These are very complex issues that are dealt with at the management level, but I said earlier, it is important to open your eyes, to open your mind into how strategic management happens, how strategic formulations happen, because this is where you are going in terms of growth. Then we say unrelated. When an organization adopts a strategy which require taking up those activities which are unrelated to the existing business definition of any of its businesses, either in terms of their respective customer groups, customer functions, or alternative technologies, it is conglomerate diversification, offering a new product manufactured through an unfamiliar technology for a new set of customers involves considered risk. This has to be sound rationale for taking the risk of unrelated diversification. And then in order to understand the rationale for unrelated diversification, we need to understand the condition under which such diversification can be undertaken. Often, strategies will embark upon diversification when their organization has excess capital. It can only be reinvented in the present business if there are chances of increasing the worth of the organization and enhancing the shareholders' value. Those issues are still related to diversification, and we also see that the public sector organizations, even if of a very large size, normally would not go beyond their core businesses. When they do so through vertical integration, as it happens in the case of oil and gas industry. But even here, sometimes many come across a company, one may come across a company like Indian Oil that has ventured into relenting into business relating, which is unrelated to its mainline business of oil. This is what we say diversification is when a company starts businesses that is not related to its core business. For example, Brand Institute of Forensics and Security decides to start another business of selling mobile phones. We are starting a business that is totally unrelated to our core objectives, to our core mission. That's what we call diversification. And then also we have retrenchment strategies. We are going to talk about retrenchment strategies in the next lesson. And in short, I'll say this strategy involves dropping some of the activities in a particular business or totally getting out of some of the business of the firm. This strategy is more suitable during recession and other economic crises, so as concentrate on important activities and business. A firm adopting retreat strategy may drop some of its functions, products, or markets. There is a need for redefining the priorities of business. The firm may sell some of its brands, products, or may simply withdraw from the market some products or brands. So retrenchment and restructuring is completely a lengthy topic that we are going to discuss under lesson number 11. It is very interesting to see what happens when we are talking about retrenchment and the restructuring strategies. We say that the retrenchment strategy may be adopted in different forms and types, which are turnaround, divestment, liquidation, merger, acquisition, which is takeover, and joint venture. Retrenchment strategy may be adopted in different forms, which we say turnaround, divestment, liquidation, merger, acquisition, and joint venture. I'm very interested in this topic because you have heard these terms, but we need to know what do they mean and how does it happen. If we say about a company going into a merger with a certain company, what usually happens? Like Atari Security merging with KK Security, what happens? When we say a company is using a strategy of turnaround, what happens? When we say joint ventures, what are joint ventures? When we say acquisition, what are these? Takeover, what is this? So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in lesson number 10 in the forthcoming Saturday. That will be lesson number 10. We shall do lesson number 10 and lesson number 11, and then we shall have completed our training on strategic management. And as we said, the best thing for you to remember is that strategic management is very important to any organization that wants to grow its value, that wants to grow its share market. All organizations, top management must sit down and strategize which strategy are we taking so that we may grow our base, so that we may grow our revenue, so that we may turn around our weaknesses into strength, so that we may use the strength that are completely existing to gain a strategic advantage over our competitors. So strategic management is very, very, very important to you as a security professional. As you grow in the industry, you will come to understand that it is a very important area of business growth in terms of achieving objectives, mission, and goals. With those few remarks, I want to say thank you. We will continue next weekend with our remaining 2 lessons, and then we start to prepare for the end of semester exams. Thank you and bye-bye. Be well. I am also well here. I am doing well. I'm everything is going good for me. I am very happy, and I'll talk to you again this coming weekend. Thank you.